Greetings, Ani, Bonjour, Kwekwe, Tansi, Scano. It's Catherine and Brian here from Moonstarlodge in South Central Ontario with your Indigenous perspective on all things cartomancy. We use lunar cycles, and this week's reading follows the new moon of the second lunar cycle in the Indigenous medicine wheel, and that's overseen, I guess, by Wisdom Keeper, the grandmother of the second moon cycle. So welcome if you're new, and welcome back if you've been with us before. And we have an interesting week. For whatever reason, I have been called to deal with the tree spirits and the elementals. It's an unusual winter here in southern Ontario. It's very mild, almost no snow. We haven't even had to plow in to do our driveways. So the tree spirits seem to be still awake, and normally we think of them as sleeping, not so much dormant, but just resting. However, they seem to be awake, and if they are waking up, it's out of their cycle. And if they are just in a state of awareness, I want to know why. So I've pulled out a whole slew of decks that relate. I keep them bundled together as they relate to the tree people. We call them the tall standing ones in our Indigenous tradition. I also have the Moonology deck for an astrological lunar astrological sign card. The Sylvan Tarot, or Oracle, which just came to me from Greg White. He's in the northwest of Canada, so that's never been used on this channel yet. The Tree Angel Oracle, which I know I've used a couple of times. The Guardian Tarot, which some people find creepy, and I love it. I love the elemental energy and the way the tree spirits are shown. The Peace Oracle, a beautiful, beautiful ToniCarmineSalerno deck. The Tree Keeper's Oracle, which took forever to get to me, but I've wanted it for a long time. It's never been shown on our channel here before. The Tarot Leaves, which is going to be our principal tarot this week. I've not used it as a principal tarot. And finally, the Tarot of Light, another ToniCarmineSalerno, which I have used this deck before. So as it works out, I had 7 clarifiers, and so I pulled the Moonology card extra. They're laid out in a little bit of awkwardness because some of the cards are bigger than others, and I have this extra card. So without further ado, Brian, let's go to the cards. So here are the 7 leaf tarot, the Moonology card, and 1 each of the other decks used as clarifiers. I didn't mention that I have the Ancestors deck out. I always do that. And that's the Marigold Tarot by Amrit Brar. And I said to Brian, you just can't make this shite up. It's just too amazing. And I have the parasympathetic nervous system chill response. So we start with the 8 of Cups, and this is an overarching energy for most people. You may or may not resonate with it, but it looks like the midwinter blahs have set in, and anybody doing vision boards or working through shadow or resolution issues, much as I don't care for New Year resolutions, and have publicly said so, I think we are working through, during this time, the things that we know work for us and don't. And this 8 of Cups says We are turning away and moving on, going on a spiritual journey, a spiritual quest to, with ease and grace, leave behind something that we've perhaps done our whole lifetimes, or our whole current time. And it's clarified here by the Fool card. So the ancestors are saying, yes, this new journey, this spiritual quest, this time of moving on is important for all of us. How, that manifests will be different for every one of us. So what's the story? The story here, the next card is the Fool. Here is the Fool. So this is why I say, different decks and the same card is coming up. So it's definitely a karmic journey. This isn't just something frivolous. This isn't something just changing our home for the sake of changing our home because we're bored and our subconscious doesn't want to face anything. Our subconscious clearly does. So we are preparing for and moving into a new karmic cycle. It's clarified here by the fourths, which is strength in the major arcana. And in the old traditional decks, the Marseille, Thoth, and the Italian decks, the number 8 card, which is the card of the year, in some decks that's strength, and in some decks that's justice. But the old original meaning of strength was life force. So having pulling it all together, pulling our internal resources together and moving forward, just going for it without fear and without holding back. So the next card after the Fool, so we start with 8 of Cups, we go to the Fool, we go to the 10 of Pentacles, which is legacy. It's the end of a certain cycle, which the Fool tells us it is. It says we have all our material things because Pentacles is the earth sign. We have all our resources, our family, our material wealth, and now we are looking at legacy. It's clarified by the Tree Angel card of Ash. And Ash is about creativity, using all our personal creative resources. This would be like the Queen or the King of Wands kind of energy. So this Tree Angel is saying it is expected of us to hone in and focus on our creative resources to start this new journey. We've been shown endings, 2 kinds of endings of cycles with the 8 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. But whatever we're journeying toward has a foundation with the 10 of Pentacles of being secure and supported. The middle card here in the lineup is the 7 of Wands. So it's being in a position to defend. In some decks, the person defending their position, their expertise, their knowledge is in a slightly higher elevation to the others. So it puts them in more than an equal space to do the defending. And it's interesting that it's clarified by another major arcana card, which is Judgment. We are the judges, and only us as individuals are the judges of how we proceed with this new venture and what it is that's defensible about it. It is not up to other people to judge our new journey. It's our Akashic record that's involved. It's our karmic journey, and to some degree our destiny to make this new journey in this new year under the auspices of Wisdom Keeper. Now she will help, but we are the judges of what's best for us. No one else. The next card, I love this. It's being so adjacent to all this process, is the Star. Star is one of my favorite cards in a tarot deck. Other people like the sun, other people like the moon. I love the moon because that's part of my personal astrology. But Star is the keeper of intuition and healing and hope. So we are to maintain a positivity and a hope. Hope and faith are part of a virtue. You know, remember old faith, hope, charity, love, the goddesses of the virtues. Hope is a virtue, and it will help us. Hope is better than fear. Certainly, fear will stall whatever we are trying to do. And it's interesting that it's clarified by one of the tree keeper cards. And this tree keeper is the keeper of intuition. So the star and the moon actually support our intuitive capacities and capabilities. So this is a very good clarifier for the star. This says our intuitions are on, you know, all on board. Work for it if you need to process personally, or if we all need to collectively hone our intuitive skills. Intuition is kind of the underpinnings of Gnostic consciousness. We know when something is right for us. And again, we are the only ones who can judge that. So moving from the star, we get the Ace of Pentacles. So this is as the monad. This is the beginning. We've gone from the Ten of Pentacles, the end of one cycle, to a brand new gestational phase of planting something new. New seeds, new growth. And I say, you can't make this stuff up. The card that clarifies it is awakening. That's exactly what seeds do in the spring, is to awaken. New life forms from the energies that coalesce. The energies of the sun, the flowing of water, the movement of nutrients, the absorption of the minerals and elements within the soil which have come from the decay of previous generations, their gift to the new life. So awakening is both a physiological thing, but it's also a spiritual thing, and it's a symbiosis. The Ace of Pentacles is followed by the Chariot. So this is a hit the ground running, go like stink, make your choices. If we are the judges of our own direction and choices, if we are using our life force, our strength, it doesn't matter. We are going to make the right choice. This is coming quickly, much more quickly than we might realize. So it's not a long, drawn-out enterprise to get this new journey going. It is clarified by balance. Maintaining our balance is incredibly important. This is the section of the Oracle of the Sylvankind on the roots, and roots creating balance. So balance is like temperance. Balance is like justice, to bring equanimity to something. This is composure. This is maintaining objectivity, compassionate detachment from outcomes. And what's interesting is we have the energies of the full moon in Virgo. And that full moon message is, you are good enough. So there is no question that we are making right karmic choices if we are thoughtful about it. And I just consider this a truly lovely, gentle reading. And I'm glad I didn't go into the second guessing. I almost tipped into, why trees this time of year? What's that about? I thought maybe I was making a spiritual misstep here, but clearly not. This was the perfect reading for this point in a new year journey cycle, especially mere hours after the beginning of Wisdom Keeper. So I have a few more videos coming up. I need to do a clarifying video on resolutions. My short reel that appeared on Facebook and Instagram this past week somehow got cut off, and I don't know why Facebook and Instagram do that when it wasn't any longer than their limit. So I'm going to make an actual video about it and finish what thoughts were in there and perhaps expound on them. I also have an upcoming video on parapsychology, ghost hunting, whatever you want to call what people are doing out there in the big world, and what kinds of training and background and resources we genuinely need, not what some of the things you see out there are really not good training prompts, if you will, if you're going to get into the clairvoyance, clairaudience, and so on. So that's coming up. Anyway, if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Send me a coffee, because I'm just getting over 5 weeks of being very sick. I still have a croaky voice, and I'm going through the coffee. We wish you many bright blessings, and leave me a comment. I like to answer your comments and have an exchange. So, miigwech, nyawe, aho, peace.